Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 12545 South Cominger Court here in Oregon City. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front door of the house. The line in this circumstance, it exits out the left side of the home, but very, very close to the rear left corner of the house. In fact, it pops out right in front of the last foundation vent you come to here. Once you're around that corner, you're going into the backyard. If you keep going that way, you'll hit the rear sliding glass door that goes into the kitchen. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running. We're going to zero out the foot counter here at the base of the cleanout. Off we go. Just transitioned there over to 4-inch 3034 PVC pipe. Other than some level of grease buildup in the line itself so far here is looking good. Alright, there's the main there at 58 feet. This thing is just a diving machine. Just goes and goes. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to reel back in here. I'm going to do most of my locating at the top of the drop. Right now we're in a vertical dive formation. It's a very tricky way to locate a camera, so we're going to pull the top of the drop and try and locate there. Alright, didn't have very much luck locating there. I also didn't really expect to. Not with the depth we're at here, especially with the formation. The camera head is just in a nosedive right now. So we're going to pull back up here a little bit. My guess is it probably goes out to the street behind the house, but anytime you get a street like this behind the house and a cul-de-sac in front, it's not uncommon at all for one of the two to drain toward the other, and you end up with a main lateral running along a property line. So we'll see here as we come back in. We're going to come back a little bit further. Everything in that vertical drop there looked good. You've got some level of grease and debris. That's the stuff you see in the flow line. My camera's carved a pretty good pathway through it. I did drain cleaning for years and years, and what I found is on the lines, not usually, they were usually a little bit dirtier than this one. But anyway, I'd come back about a week later to do the cleaning on them, and about half, 75% of the line was already cleared out by that point. When you carve a pathway through the grease buildup, it allows the water to start working on the edges of it, and it usually starts sloughing off really quick.
15,000.
Alright, just picked up a locate signal right there near the rear fence line. So once the line turns away from the house, it does go through the rear fence line. All the 3034 PVC looks good. The transition joint there looks tight. That little stringy dangly thing coming off the test tee right there, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, that's just a cobweb. That's not a root. And that tie in there is called a test tee. You'll see that every time you hit a transition joint like that. It's just like a clean out. It's capped off after the line is passed off during the inception phase. Anyway, as nicely as my camera's carved a path through the flow line there, it's not that level of grease couldn't theoretically contribute to a blockage, but because a lot of it is toilet paper particles in the grease, that actually helps a great deal to get the stuff to break loose easier. It's different when it's just a solid layer of grease. That's a much more stubborn thing to deal with. Anyway, very nice looking sewer line here. We are back to the clean out. I'm going to flip the camera around here for just a second. There's your PVC pipe going back to the foundation wall there. And no settling issues going back to the foundation. Everything from this point on is all exposed piping in the crawl space. Anyway, it'd be ideal not to have all the grease in there, but it's not the kind of grease buildup that's going to go leading to blockages easily, not unless you're abusing the sewer line with wipes and things like that. It wouldn't hurt to clean the line, but from my experience, after you go run a camera through that, if you come back a week from now, a large majority of the stuff you just saw there is going to be gone. Anyhow, we have good flow all the way to the main. All the ABS, PVC, and 3034 PVC pipe here, all of it's in good condition, has good flow, and is functioning properly at this time. No bellies, roots, offset joints, or anything. Very nice looking line structurally. And then you can mitigate the grease buildup entirely. It's just a habit you got to build into your life. So don't put it down the sink and it won't build up on you.